The Minister of Education, Dr. Olatunji Alausa, has urged the National Assembly to prioritize funding for the effective takeoff of already established institutions rather than creating new ones. Dr. Alausa made this position known in a memorandum presented at the public hearing organized by the House of Representatives Committee on Federal Polytechnics and Higher Technical Education on Thursday in Abuja. The public hearing featured deliberations on 3 bills: a bill for an act to establish the Federal College of Entrepreneurship and Skill Acquisition, Hawul Local Government Area, Borno State, to provide full-time courses and training in technology, applied sciences, arts, social sciences, humanities, and management. A bill to amend Section 3, Subsection 2B, the second schedule, and Section 31 of the Federal Polytechnics Act Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004. A bill to amend the Federal Polytechnics Act to review the functions of polytechnics. Alausa opposed the first bill, stressing that the federal government maintains a policy of equitable distribution of federal institutions across states. According to him, no state should host more than one federal polytechnic, while every state must have one at least. Currently, all states except Sokoto and the Federal Capital Territory FCT are covered under this arrangement. He argued that, with limited resources, government efforts should be directed at strengthening existing institutions to deliver quality education rather than spreading resources by establishing new ones. In view of prevailing funding constraints, he recommended that deliberations on the proposed Federal College of Entrepreneurship and Skill Acquisition in Hawul, Borno State be suspended. He also urged the House to ensure that resources are dedicated to improving the quality of education for Nigerian students by consolidating support for already existing institutions. Regarding the proposed amendment to the Federal Polytechnics Act, the minister raised no objections except for the provision seeking to include representatives of the National Board for Technical Education (MBTE) and Manufacturers Association of Nigeria (MAN) on the governing councils of polytechnics.
Therefore, the ministry urges the distinguished members of the Green Chambers to prioritize resource allocation towards the successful takeoff of already established institutions rather than initiating new ones. Furthermore, the Federal Ministry of Education has streamlined and expanded avenues for the establishment of private tertiary institutions. States and individuals are encouraged to leverage on this opportunity to contribute to national educational development. Given prevailing funding constraints, the ministry recommends suspending further initiation and deliberations on the bill for an act to establish the Federal College of Entrepreneurship and Skills Acquisition in Hawul Local Government Area, Borno State at this time. Then, amendment to the Federal Polytechnic Act. The ministry has no objection to the proposed amendments except for the proposed amendment of the provision in Section 3(1) of the Principal Act, which seeks to insert the following new paragraphs: a representative of the NBTE, a representative of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. While both organizations are serve critical roles, the ministry observes that their functions do not directly align with the responsibilities of the Polytechnic Governing Council.
Earlier, the sponsor of the bill, Rep. Usman Balami of PDP Borno, defended the proposal, citing insecurity and rising unemployment in Borno as pressing reasons for establishing the institution. He described the proposed college as a strategic response to the growing number of unemployed youth and a means to equip them with skills necessary for self-reliance and economic empowerment. According to him, the college would foster innovation, encourage entrepreneurship, and stimulate economic growth in the region by nurturing local talent and promoting a culture of self-employment.
I therefore want to say that the establishment of this Federal College of Entrepreneurship represents a significant step towards economic development and job creation in the region. This institution will provide comprehensive training programs aimed at equipping individuals with diverse skills necessary for self-employment and economic independence. In today's dynamic job market, having a varied skill set is essential for adaptability and success. The college will bridge the gap between the theoretical education and practical applications, ensuring that graduates are well prepared to meet the demand of the workforce. By fostering entrepreneurship and innovations, the college will not only generate employment opportunities but also stimulate local economic growth.
In his remarks, the committee chairman, Rep. Hawul Laguda of APC Lagos, noted a general consensus on the importance of skills acquisition in tackling unemployment. He encouraged stakeholders to make robust contributions, assuring that the committee would carefully consider all submissions in its reports. He also commended the Speaker and House leadership for their support and the trust reposed in the committee to drive meaningful legislative outcomes.
The first bill seeks to establish a federal college that will promote entrepreneurship studies and empower Nigerians and Borno people with the modern skills to become employable, create jobs, and excel in future. While the second bill is concerned with amending the Federal Polytechnic Act in order to improve the operations efficiency and effectiveness of polytechnics across Nigeria. And the third bill is focused strategic enhancement of statutory functions of Polytechnic in Nigeria to empower them to offer hybrid courses to Nigerians, acquire national diploma, and in extension, Bachelor of Technology, BTech. We can collectively agree that Nigerians can acquire knowledge and skills in social sciences, arts, humanities, technology, science, entrepreneurship, vocational and technical education with the passage of these bills.
Baba Sunday, Eagles FM News.